Latocha Scott. She is really milking this victim thing, ain't she?
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it.
Girl, can we gossip? Ooh, can we gossip? Girl, can we gossip? I have tea, can we gossip? Oh, big shout out to Big Nene Leaks out here crushing her dreams by, you know, just putting it out to the world. The Nene Leaks show. Now, we already know the Nene Leaks show has been in the making for a long time. If y'all remember, back during COVID, while we were all cooped up in our homes trying to stay away from this killer virus, Nene Leaks, you know, we all got bored during COVID. We all had to find ways to be creative and find our different outlets. And one of the ways Nene was passing her days of COVID was that she started doing interviews on her Instagram. So she was slowly setting herself up for the Nene Leaks show. And then remember, she was in talks with some networks to pitch her show idea. And y'all remember how she was talking with Wendy Williams and how Wendy played her. And I'm just wondering, like, with Wendy playing her, was it because Wendy was looking at her like, nah, you're not coming for my throne. I don't want to see you on my level. Y'all ever have a frenemy that is like, I'm cool if you're doing good, but I don't want you doing better than me? Could it have been one of those things? So I don't know. And then with Nene saying that, you know, Wendy, that she was Wendy's friend, the question is was Wendy Williams ever anybody's friend? When you think about Wendy Williams and how she, you know, sitting in that purple chair, Williams's name like fit the definition of what a friend is. In my opinion, hell no, because she would be spilling my tea, especially if it was good. So anyway, I want to get into this interview. Now, shout out to the producing team who said, you know what, let's start this show off with a bang. Let's get Latocha Scott in here. First, I want to say, did you guys have an opportunity to watch it? This was my face watching Latocha Scott bold-faced ass lie. Tasha is suffering from a big case of liabilities. Tasha, you is a liar. You sat up there and you lied. And Nene, you was upholding these lies. And let's talk. But what they didn't do was get Latocha to tell the truth and talk about what we really wanted to hear about. It's like the information that she gave us, it didn't give what it was supposed to give, because it's like she's still speaking the same narrative. I wanted to hear something different. It's like Latocha talked about everything except for why her, Rocky, and the mama was in cahoots with that damn money, and why Tamika ain't got her damn money. Why y'all ain't writing no checks? That's what I wanted to hear about. I could really care less about this other stuff, because again, Tasha just got up there just victim. It's like she was just, woe is me, they've done me wrong. Where was my sister? Where was my sister? Do you really think your sister was going to support you when you have given her your ass to kiss time and time again? Not just you, but your mama? And the way y'all did it on that show, the way you acted a plum nut on that show. Grandma always said a hit dog gonna holler. And you and your mama, when y'all got to talking about that money, when Tamika got pissed at y'all and started bringing up that money, Y'all was hollering so much so Tamika ain't want to hear y'all lies, and her daughter got the hell up out of that house. So anyway, let's get into some things that they talked about. So one of the things I never knew was Latasha has a 27-year-old son. She shared that with Nene and with We the People. She's got a 27-year-old son who is in the G League doing his thing. So shout out to that young man out there pursuing his dreams and making a coin. Okay. So another thing that I like that Nene did was that Nene looked at her and gave her her flowers. And what I mean by her flowers, she looked at her and she was like, oh, you so small, you a little tiny thing. If y'all noticed how big Tasha's eyes got when Nene called her small, because let's not forget when Escape first came out, Tasha, I think her nickname, they called her Meatball, and she was the biggest one out of the group. She never felt attractive. She never felt like, you know, when you look at girl groups and you like, oh, such and such is the eye candy, and such is this, and such is that. So it's like they all play a different character, and we, you know, categorize each of the personalities making up, you know, our girl super groups. Back in the day, I can remember In Vogue, the character that Tasha gave was that I'm the biggest one, I got the voice, but I don't think she ever felt sexy, and I don't ever think that she felt good in her skin, because she said that's all she kept hearing was the big one, the big one, the big one. So in her mind, she's always been the big one. So for Nene in that moment to give her her flowers and say, oh my God, you look amazing. And so Tasha revealed that she is a vegan, and she credits it, you know, her weight loss and feeling good to just her eating plants. So that's all she's doing. So they started talking about the residuals.
And of course I miss my sister, this a crazy feeling. But y'all know family shit be needing time for healing. Even in a marriage ain't nobody perfect, but we been split 2 years and my heart is hurting. Gotta build me up, 30 years just washed away.
And Tasha talked about how she is a fangirly of Chris Brown, and she noticed that no other woman artist had done the challenge since Tank put it out there to challenge everybody to get in on it. So Tasha did the residuals, and so after she did the residuals, she revealed that she and Tamika got back to talking. And now also remember, when she did the residuals, Tamika also did some talking to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
Well, y'all, we got Tamika Scott on the phone, and she gonna talk to us about some of the things that are going on, because I actually called her to make sure it was okay, you know, to talk about this or whatever. So Tamika had a little something to say. So Meatball, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, girl. What up? How are you? So
I'm good.
So tell me what your reaction is to this, because I called you. I was happy. I was like, everything finna be worked out. And you said,
you know what? My sister's voice is undeniable. You know,
yes.
I always said that she was my favorite singer. She's gonna always be my favorite singer. She definitely ate vocally.
Yes.
But in real life, I think it's a genius marketing strategy for her new music. It really is. We haven't, talked. She hasn't called me. My number's the same. The address is the same. So if this is real, sis, pull up. I'm cooking now. Pull up. Let's do breakfast. Because the last time I saw her at a family function, I was on the dance floor jamming. Her and my mom walked in, and when they saw me, they walked out. And that kind of touched me a little bit, because I felt like that was the proper, I feel like, we around family. Time. And if any type of reconciliation, I felt like if she probably walked up to me, I probably would have just fell in her arms crying. But her and my mom, they walked out. So listen, my number is the same. My address is the same. Sis, pull up. Let's talk about these residuals. If this is, real, let's talk about the residuals. But it's definitely a great marketing strategy for her new music that's coming out. And she sounds amazing.
She does sound amazing. And when she talked about the residuals, I thought she was talking about what we learned on the show when Rocky had changed the check and took your money or something like that.
Yeah. I thought that too, and I felt it into the end. And it's like, at first my heart was like, oh my gosh, she's singing to me, and at the very end, the way she looked at the camera like, huh. And I was like, okay.
Oh, this is something else.
Yeah. I felt it into the end, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, just call me. And if she's listening, sis, you got my number. You got my number. You got my address. Pull up. Let's sit down. I'll cook you a good meal. I throw down. Let's sit down.
Right.
Let's talk about these individuals.
Maybe we can arrange Spirit to meet up with y'all and have a conversation. You know, the therapist that's right there. She's always available and have helped a lot of families come back together. You know, just a good... What you say, Brad?
I was going to say, I don't even think Tamika need that. I just feel like Tamika feel like if Tasha was ready to reconcile or fix it, she ready. Like she said, she would have fell into her arms, but they left. You know what I'm saying? Like I was so happy because I thought this was bringing them back together when she did this. I didn't even think about it being for her new music that was coming out. I just thought she was pouring her heart out, you know?
Yeah. Well, Tamika, you think since tomorrow's the last day of Black History Month, she might call the last day?
Hey, my phone is on. If she called, I would love to talk to her. The last time, before she changed her number, the last time I heard about the rumors and stuff, I was like, sis, forget what we're going through. I love you. We're going to get through this. I got cussed out. So, and then me and her started going back and forth on the text, and I was like, you know what?
Just forget it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I love you. I love you, and I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for her. I'm definitely praying for her mental. I'm praying for her, and I love my sister. Hands down. Y'all know I've always protected her.
Oh, yeah, we know.
And I will continue to protect her. Can't nobody say nothing about her to me. I love her. She ate on this Chris Brown challenge.
She ate! Oh, my God. She killed it. I never heard a girl do it, and she killed it. She absolutely killed it. Well, we're going to keep both of y'all in our prayers, man. We love both of y'all, man. Absolutely.
In front of her house the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh! Wait a minute,
what?
She said they ain't broke up.
Like, I had some friends call and say, he was jogging in front of the house the other day. And I was like, well, it's cool, but let's just pray for her mental and just pray that we can get this back together.
Asking her questions, and Tamika had revealed that she and Tasha hadn't talked, and she talked about the time that they had a family outing, and Tasha and their mom showed up to this event. They saw her, made eye contact, and they walked out and did not say anything. So that right there, Brad was just like, oh my God. And you can hear everybody else in the studio like, what? Are you serious? Nah, Tamika, don't say that. Don't tell us that. And so Tamika was just saying that, she wants to have a relationship with her sister, but Tasha changes her number so much and she couldn't get in touch with her. And so she basically put it out in the atmosphere that if her sister was listening, she would want her to pull up on her, whatever. Okay. So they talked about that. And just when you think about Escape and the drama that the group faced, because they were saying that it was that damn husband, that damn Rocky, managing Tasha, and this is my most humblest of opinions, I feel like when he started managing her, I feel like he got in her ear and he started gassing her up to the point of no return. And I feel like her head got so big, and he was probably saying things like, you could be solo, they need you, you don't need them. And I'm sure those types of conversations were being had. And let's face it, when it comes to groups, y'all don't act like that there isn't one person in a group that has aspirations of going solo dolo. We've seen it happen with NSYNC. We've seen it happen with Destiny's Child. And that's all I'm going to say on that note. But with Tasha, it was just like she was the common denominator in the group's demise. She always wants to point the finger and say, and pretty much try to make it seem like they conspired against her to kick her out of the group, when it seems to me that she just always wanted to have this solo career where she just thought she was going to be solo dolo. And my thing is, it's like, you ever notice that maybe some people just aren't meant to be solo artists, that they can't stand alone and thrive? Like, when I say thrive, like Beyonce thrive, like Janet Jackson thrive. Like, no, maybe some people are meant to be a part of a group. And Tasha, maybe that's where you were meant to shine and thrive, but because you couldn't see the forest through the trees, you wasn't trying to hear that. So this whole interview, it was just, to me, it was, again, we the people are witnessing Latasha's delusion into her thinking that the narrative that she is putting out there, that she continues to put out there, that we the people is going to continue to buy it and believe it. Like, no ma'am, you've been playing in our faces, and we see And then the reality show with Escaping SWV, we really got to see what type of time you was on. And you was always on some trash. Always. So then Nene, again, Nene is a messy, but we love it. So Nene then asked her about Kandi, saying, remember Kandi had said in an interview that Tasha had not been kicked out of the group. And so Tasha started going into, well, I didn't know Escaping SWV was going on tour. How? When y'all was on the Mona Scott Young show, and the goal of the show was to put y'all back on tour. But okay. But she said she had her attorney send papers to Escape and they never responded. And then she got real cocky talking about that, you know, if she wanted to, she could blow the group up and she could sue them because she owns the trademark to the name. But your sister's also on the trademark. So what are you talking about? And then I guess Tasha had sent those papers to Escape. And remember, they were on the Breakfast Club talking about it. And so apparently Tasha must have sent some threatening type of papers to Mona Scott Young, who ended up waving it off like, girl, no. Like, it's been handled. It's done. We're good. We're good over this way. So Tasha, again, you are the common denominator. You are the problem. You are not the victim. You are the problem. I don't believe her talking about I could blow the group up if I wanted to. No, you can't. Your sister is on the trademark. And if she's on the trademark too, they can use the name full steam ahead. They can go right past you, which they are doing. Okay. So it's like, Tasha, you are continuously like gaslighting us, playing in our faces, you scheming, you conniving. And I feel like because you won't take any accountability, that you won't sit down and really have a come to Jesus talk with your sister about you stealing her residuals, and you make a song about residuals, which we know it was about your husband, but you were saying it was about you falling out with the group. Make it make sense. So I feel like Tasha's solo career, she will not Janet Jackson or Beyonce thrive because she has not taken an accountability for the wrong that she has done against her sister. And then she started talking about how when Tamika got pregnant, I was the main one sticking beside her. They wanted to kick her out, but I told them I would leave too if they did that. And it's just, girl, you so busy pointing a finger at what Tamika did and what Kandi and them did. What did you do? Because apparently you haven't done anything. You've been innocent. So pay your sister that $30K and leave us alone. It's like the more you talk, the more we see how guilty you are of your lack of accountability, your delusion. What she wants from the group is understanding, and they not trying to hear you. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Because you don't feel guilty. So then Nene was like, do you feel like your husband is one of the common denominators in the bull mess? And so, of course, Tasha doesn't believe that Rocky is the cause of anything. And so everybody listening to the Residual song is saying that Tasha and Rocky were broken up, but Tamika was saying that they were not broken up. And Tasha tried to say that the Residual song was about her fallout with the group. And it's like, ma'am, no, because you telling us about Rocky and talking about, anyway, Rocky was cheating and had alleged side chicks. And so Nene asked, was there ever a baby? So she says no. But one of the side chicks was saying that she, in fact, was pregnant. No baby was produced, though. So they're talking about just situations when they're going through things and how, you know, handling them and everything. And so Nene was saying that she's the type to process. She has to truly allow a situation to wash over her, and she has to process it. And also, do y'all think the Residual song was a marketing scheme that Rocky set up because Tasha's about to release new music? She's working on new music. That look at the end of that video told me a thing or two, that she got more bullshit up her sleeve. So Nene, again, inserts herself. And when she's talking about processing things, she's talking about she doesn't have or hold any grudges against any of the housewives, any of her fellow peaches. But she says she feels like some of the peaches may have some animosity or things towards her. And I feel like she was making a dig at Kandi, because during this entire video, Nene just kept shading and firing shots. Like she was hitting Kandi with the strays. Talking about Kandi stiff, Kandi can't dance. And so y'all know that Tasha was living for it and loving it, because she was agreeing and laughing and, you know, just in on it. Like, yeah, girl, because you know, it's like, but you saying these your sisters and you want to have a come to Jesus moment with your sisters, but you allowing, well, Nene's talking about your sister and you clowning too, and you want to continue, you want Nene to continue talking shit, and you want to keep getting in on it. That does not a sister make. So yeah. Oh, what else, child? So Nene asked her if she would ever divorce Rocky. And so Tasha said something like she would divorce him if there was something to divorce him for. So the alleged side chick, and the fact that this man allegedly had an X tape of your sister that he was threatening to release. Like, if Tasha like it, we love it. That's her man and she gonna stick beside him. That to me is trifling. If any no good, dirty dick ass Negro had video of my sister and was threatening to release it, oh, you gone. Your ass is grass. Your ass is grass. Another thing, Nene also had another segment on her talk show where she was going to bat for Kenya Moore. And she was just saying that Kenya's better than this and that Kenya should have her own show. And I just like that, even though Nene and Kenya have been on the outs more than they have agreed with one another, the fact that Nene came to another OG's defense, I thought that was, you know, I just gained a new level of respect for Nene, especially while Kenya is going through this whole Brit Edie obsession stalker single black female situation. So I don't know, Petty Bunch, let me know how y'all feel about the Nene Leakes show and Lyin Latocha Scott being her first guest on the show. How did y'all feel about it? Do y'all feel that Lyin Latocha will ever outgrow having conversations about Escape? Y'all notice whenever somebody pulls her into the mix, they want to talk about Escape. It's never to talk about her solo career. It's always to talk about Escape and what happened and are y'all gonna get back together. So I don't know, get with me in them comments and I'm gonna get with y'all in the next video.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it.
Girl, can we gossip? Ooh, can we gossip? Girl, can we gossip? I have tea, can we gossip?